Hoy, bagong tax na naman. Pero hindi, sabi
Hindi
ni,
nga daw
ni
bago
President
eh.
Marcos,
Hindi
hindi
naman
nga
daw siya bago.
Oo.
Kinorek lang daw nila ang injustice na dahil yung mga local.
Hihigpitan. Hihigpitan ang collection. Ano?
Oo.
Do we assume that the 12% will be passed on to consumers? Do you think that it's but fair? And do you think it will do well for the industry?
Well, alam mo, Sean, inevitably it will really be passed on because it's a consumption tax. It's an indirect tax. By very nature, dinadagdag talaga yan doon sa presyo. It will really be, the burden will really be passed on to the consumers. Unfortunately, they wanted to collect taxes from these foreign digital service providers, pero ang kukolektahan nila, local consumers pa rin. Kasi nga, ipapasa din sa atin yung 12% tax.
Okay, Mon, ano yung initial thoughts mo dito? No? Because, I mean, VAT is VAT, di ba? Ginagawa ba to sa ibang bansa to these internet or digital service providers? Pangalanan na natin, no? Amazon, Netflix, Shopee, Lazada. Pilipinas lang ba ang gumagawa nito as of now? Just to set the context for everyone.
Sure. Actually, misnomer yung pangalan ng batas na digital service tax. Diba yung initially tawag sa kanya digital service tax? Kasi sa Europe, sinimulan talaga, they already have a digital service tax. But the digital service tax is like their income tax or VAT and income tax para din sa mga tech companies. Kaya digital service tax ang tawag. Sa atin kasi, it's that. It's not income tax. It's value-added tax. Ibig sabihin, it's a pass-on. Ipapasa sa consumer. Hindi mo nakukolektahan yung kumpanya na kumikita. Ang kinukolektahan mo yung kumukonsumo. Yung nagpa-patronize, yung nagpa-subscribe. So like for instance, most of us are Netflix subscribers. The only thing that we will notice the moment it takes effect is i-inform tayo na may 12% VAT na idadagdag dun sa subscription fee. So, contrary dun sa sinasabi nilang minimal, minimal sa kanila 12%, maybe. Pero, ba't naman nila babawasan or ba't naman the burden yung sarili nila dun sa VAT? Talaga naman ipapasa lang nila yun. So, they will just add, let's say, 500 pesos plus 12%. So, magiging 560.
Okay, so Mon, you wouldn't call this progressive taxation. Am I correct? And the desired effect of government for the playing field to be leveled off will be just for the tech companies who will be in that space, who will be charging subscription fees.
Well, actually, it levels the playing field if you consider the perspective of the local providers. Kasi yung local providers, nagbabayad na talaga ng 12% tax. So, in a way, it levels the playing field. But the fact that it will be simply passed on to local consumers or subscribers, in a way, pwede mo sabihin progressive kasi may capacity to pay ka dapat. Kaya lang, the general public kasi, Sean, hindi naman mayaman. Hindi naman porket may Netflix subscriber ka, mayaman ka.
So definitely...
So, I don't...
Go ahead, Mon.
Yeah. So that in itself, parang feeling ko, it's really just adding burden to our consumers. Sabi nga nung immediate reaction, paano na tayo makapag-shopping sa taas ng presyo? Which is actually the natural effect.
Okay. So, Mon, do you think more of a misnomer ito that they're trying to, kumbaga, PR it, no, as something else than what it actually is, which is another excise tax?
Well, sana hindi. Kasi sana makolekta talaga sila. At sana i-fast track din natin yung pagkukolekt talaga ng income tax sa mga multinationals. Kasi imagine, how can we really guarantee that they will be able to collect this 12% VAT? Ano pa kay Netflix? Kung wala talagang IT infrastructure or mechanism to really monitor, ilang million yung subscription talaga na nakukolekta ni Netflix from the Philippines. Diba? So parang nagdagdag lang tayo ng bayad tapos di pa rin nila nakolekta. Tapos yung sasabihin na iba-block, diba? O hindi tayo din nagdusa pag pinlock si Netflix. Parang, I mean, it's really parang double-edged sword there. Definitely we want the government to collect for revenues, pero sana may infrastructure sila to actually collect it, monitor and collect it. Otherwise, nadagdagan na naman yung gastos natin, tapos hindi naman nila nakolekta.
Oh, alam mo, Gretch mo, naalala ko lang dito yung Pogos nung ginawa silang legal no at
Pogo tax.
i-regulate daw, 'di ba? Kukunan daw sila ng tax kasi sayang naman daw na tumatagas lahat ng pera. This money keeps flowing around and nobody is collecting it. And then finally when they did start collecting, they didn't actually collect that much or as much as we thought. Now, let me continue no. The DOF said na ang ine-expect nila just for next year at 50% compliance, 7.25 billion pesos daw mako-collect. And in 5 years, 102.12 billion pesos. Mon, is that possible in in real terms? What do you think?
Maybe it's even smaller if you will look at the e-commerce ecosystem na sobrang laki talaga ng mga online transactions. Pero ako, I always come back din sa, pag nag-project sila, dapat we hold them accountable. After 1 year, let's see whether they really collect it. Kasi ang dami na natin dinadagdag na tax, hindi naman nila nakokolekta. Sabi mo nga si Pogo tax. Nung in-implement siya, nawala si Pogo. Imbis na nakakolekta. So parang, are we really, ano ba talaga yung objective ko? Gusto mo ba talaga makakolekta? Gusto mo na manakot? Gusto mo lang maging busy?
To be fair,
Kasi even, for instance, for BIR, ang dami na nila kinokolekta. Kaya niyo pa ba?
Oo nga. Pero to be fair, ang projection ni DOF, 50% compliance lang for next year. Is that a fair 50%? Are we even hitting that in terms of collections?
I think it's a conservative. I think it's a conservative estimate. That's fair. Pero sana, diba, talagang they have the mechanism to make sure na lahat ng mga foreign providers, kasi identify na naman natin yung the bigger ones. I don't think we really need 100%. But at least we focus on the big ones, diba?
Okay, Mon, how difficult would it be to chase after these non-resident digital service providers? Napaka-broad ng scope na yun, no? Kasi tinitignan ko yung nakalinya na line item. It includes cloud services, platforms providing downloadable digital content. So kasama ba dyan ng, let's say, Dropbox, Google Drive, di ba may subscription din yun? Paano yung mga...
Lahat ng may subscription kasama, di ba?
Paano yung mga news outlets? New York Times, Washington Post, etc., etc.
Kahit
Kasama
yung mga
na yun.
Rappler, ganyan, di ba? Na meron ding...
Supposedly kasama lahat kasi ang in-exempt lang is yung educational Diba? So anything na dumaan sa online platform, supposedly covered nitong 12%. Alam mo, dito papasok si OECD, yung international cooperation, kasi we need to know where they are registered. Remember, they are not registered in the Philippines. Yun actually yung pinaka-apprehension ko dito. Yung registered nga sa Philippines, hindi natin makolekte. Yung hindi pa registered. So kailangan talaga may mechanism tayo. Otherwise, ito sa buwan na naman to. But again, we wish them well. This is a welcome development. I just hope that we hold them accountable. Kasi baka mamaya, dagdagan yung burden natin ng 12% across all online platforms kasi hindi naman nila makolekta. Or hindi nila mapag-register. Kasi hindi nila alam na nasa Cayman Islands pala, na nasa Ireland pala, na nasa Netherlands pala. They should have a mechanism
Mon, you said kanina, no, focus dun sa mga malalaki. Well, the law actually says that yung mga kumpanya lang na may gross sales or gross receipts over 3 billion are required to register for VAT. Is that what you would consider big ones? Or is that too small in today's terms?
John, ang 3 million, sa atin lang malaki. Sa online, ang 3 million, kahit first hour, ito nga may nag-online selling.
Billion naman,
100
Mon.
million daw siya.
Billion with a B. 3 billion. Gross receipts. Maliit yun?
Which sorry, yung sa...
Ang sabi kasi ng...
Ang VAT threshold is 3 million. Not billion.
Oh.
So, ibig sabihin, everyone is covered.
Well, Mon, won't this discourage foreign firms from investing or setting up shop in the Philippines? Because I do remember that time when we were waiting for Disney Plus to arrive here in the Philippines. It took quite some time. Ilang taon din yun.
Yeah.
And compared to the rest of the world, we are a small market. Won't this tax, this new tax, or not new tax, the
adjusted
the collection of these taxes rather just discourage foreign firms from establishing their presence here in the Philippines?
Well, number one, they're not registered naman here in the Philippines. So medyo hindi pa natin talaga matansya whether imposing 12% VAT will totally discourage them because right now they make billions of revenues but they are not registered in the Philippines. Kaya nga ako, ang priority sana ng ating Congress is to work with OECD. And I met them in Paris. They're willing to help our government. It's just that, alam mo yon, ang daming politika eh. And tax is very technical. Hindi pwede ito mamulitika. Kaya dapat intindihin mo talaga. We need international cooperation. We need the help of international organizations to make sure na we will have the capacity, the infrastructure to implement this. Ngayon, if you will ask me, tama ba itong move na to? I think it's fair. It's fair. It will really level the playing field. But whether it will be implemented properly and whether it will be collected entirely, it is another question. Then number two, will it really affect investment? Eh, hindi naman sila nag-invest dito in the first place. Eh. Diba ang office ng Google dito, marketing office lang. So wala naman talaga silang investment dito. Eh. They're not registered. But I think the challenge is for them to be registered. How do we make sure they register in the Philippines?
Because, so how any ideas
on... And the third one really
yeah.
is to collect income tax, not just value-added tax. Kasi consumption tax is just collecting from the consumers. Eh. Collect income tax. I think that's more important.
What did the OECD have to say about the registration process? Meron ba silang framework or guidelines about how like a developing nation such as us, the Philippines, can actually, engender these big companies to set up maybe a compliance officer here or whatnot?
Correct. Yeah, actually there are frameworks and there are also already systems in place. It's a matter of really engaging with the OECD. Plus, we signed already the inclusive agreement. Ibig sabihin, we can already benefit from the data sharing. So we can actually get information who are these companies who are in online platforms, where they are registered. But it's a matter of legislating it to make sure we maximize that global rules, yung sinasabi nila na against global taxation. Yun yung mas serious eh. Ito kasing 12% cut, medyo hindi naman sa minadali. Pero it's really more of a short term rather than a long term. Or medyo low-lying eh, mas madali. Mas madaling ipasa. Pero hindi madaling kolektahin. Madaling ipasa, pero hindi madaling kolekta.
Anong gusto mong makita sa IRR, Mon? As we know, the law has just been signed. So we have a couple of months yet before the IRR is released. Anything we should be watching out for?
Honestly, how will the digitalization really make it easy? Kasi imagine mo, for VAT registered companies, ang burden ng withholding at remitting that VAT is nasa kanila. So if, let's say for instance, ABC company, nag-bill ka sa mga foreign digital service providers, ikaw ang dapat mag-withhold at mag-remit. Eh paano kung hindi sila registered sa Philippines? Problemahin mo pa. At ikaw i-assess ni BIR. So magkaroon ng mechanism na ang burden hindi mapupunta sa ating mga domestic corporations or taxpayers and to really make sure na may transparency na makukolekta talaga nila ng tama at hindi na naman witch hunt. Kasi baka mga witch hunting na naman sila kung ano yung nakita nila sa Facebook or online. Dapat talaga mayroong data gathering and analytics.
And we know, speaking of leveling the playing field, 5% of the money collected from those taxes will go to creative industries. Is that enough? And also, alam natin na ang talagang makakatulong dito ay doon sa brick and mortar stores. Compared to those who sell on Lazada, Shopee, TikTok, medyo doon magle-level ng konti. Dapat bang may limit yon? May limit ba dapat sa ipapasa? Or is 12% fine? Because may withholding tax din na 1%. We also discussed that this year.
Yeah. Again, by nature, the 12% VAT as a consumption tax is an indirect tax. Talagang pass-on yan pinapasa. So it's really not a question of whether it's fair or not because that's the nature of the tax. The fact na 12% VAT yung ipapataw nila, pwede talaga ipasa yung legally. Pero yung 1% withholding tax is not value-added tax. It's an advanced income tax. So it's a separate thing. Uulitin ko, ang issue ko dito sa 12% VAT on foreign direct digital service provider, kinokolekta mo sila ng VAT, pero hindi mo sila kinokolektahan ng income tax. Unlike yung local brick and mortar o yung mga online sellers, kinokolektahan mo na sila ng VAT, kinokolektahan mo pa sila ng income tax through the withholding tax na 1%.
Okay.
So in that regard, hindi patas.
So hindi pa rin patas. Kahit na tinry nila gawing i-level yung playing field, what you're saying, Mon, is it's still not level until they also collect income tax from these foreign or
Correct.
non-domiciled
Exactly.
DSPs.
Pero mahirap din gawin yun.
Even yung
But
5%.
honestly, hindi ba mahirap kolektahin yung VAT na hindi sila registered dito? Mahirap din yun.
Yes.
And I guess last question na lang, Mon, since related to taxation, some of our officials are saying na hindi nga fair, no, na magbigay daw ng VAT tax exemption to foreigners, whereas I believe almost all the countries you can get a tax exemption on VAT. Your thoughts?
Sa tourists?
Sorry.
Or is this for the tourists? The VAT
Yes, for
refund
tourists. For tourists.
Yes. Again, honestly, if we really want to be globally competitive and attract tourists, I think it's necessary. But sana na, meron na namang mechanism. Kasi baka mamaya, ano na namang budol-budol mangyari sa airport. Kasi diba, sa Europe, napakadali ng refund eh. Ako, I really enjoy availing of tax refunds, especially sa Paris, sa London. Ang dali eh. Baka naman mamaya, ano na namang moro-moro mangyari dyan. So, I mean, if we really want to give VAT refunds, ibigay natin. Kasi diba, we have VAT refund para dun sa mga may tax incentives, and yet wala sila nakukuha refund. Kasi ayaw i-release ni BIR. So again, okay yan. I think it's a good idea to really attract more foreign tourists. Pero sana, make sure it will really be released. Hindi yung pahihirapan mo pati.
All right. Maraming salamat. Thank you so much for helping us dissect those taxes and put everything into perspective. Thank you again for your time. Tax expert Mon Abrea.